Hello, welcome to Topper Machine. I'm Josh Topper. So today's job is to thread some 3-inch bar stock for 3-inch 4 to fit this nut. And we're actually going to be threading each end of the bar. I've got the first one up here that another shop had started on and realized they were in over their head. They didn't get this one to fit quite right. So I need to chase these threads and get it to fit the nut. And then we'll spin it around and we'll thread a foot on the other end. And I've got 15 of these in total to do, so let's get started. So a big problem that I've been finding over the years is it doesn't matter if you make these threads right to size by the book, measure them over wires, the nuts half the time never fit. And that's the problem we've got on this one. We just cannot get it, that's it. So maybe half a thread. So we'll have to go ahead and chase this and then make every one of them to fit the nut. All right, so I'm all set up for threading. I'm gonna go ahead and engage the spindle and start the drive, or the feed nut, and then stop it. And then I'll bring it in and just try to line myself up as close as I can. And that looks like a good starting point. I'll zero out my digital readout for that depth. Back it out. I'll go ahead and start it again. And just follow that thread and bring it into I'm going to stop there, re-zero, and come back to the beginning because I'm running out of thread there. And I'm just trying to catch that thread enough to be where I need to be for starting it. So I'll go ahead and bring it back in. Off. Perfect. Looks like right there. Right there is where I'm going to start. Now I'm hoping you can see this good. Bring it back to the beginning. And I zeroed my readout right where I wanted to be. And we'll go ahead and start this again. And I'm going to take about 5 thou on my compound. And it looks like we got good engagement, but it looks like their cut wasn't perfect. So this will probably be hard to see, but what I'm seeing is it looks like I'm hitting good in the bottom, but I'm not hardly hitting it all up high. So it looks like their tool might have been ground wrong, and that might have been the problem. So we'll go ahead and just a few more passes and see if we can't get this one to start the nut. All right, and I actually slowed down my spindle speed a little bit just because that was a little fast. And taking about 4 thou on my compound again. Yeah, that's a nice cut. I may have to move the camera. All right, let's just see where we're at here, if that did anything for us. And nope, we got a little ways to go yet, I'm guessing. Spin that nut around, just make sure it ain't the nut, because I've seen that too. Oh, same distance. So we'll go ahead and just take a few more passes and bring her right in. All right, so we've gotten a few passes off. Let's see if we made any progress here. Oh, we're getting close. That's a lot further than it was before, so that's about where we got before. Yeah, we're making progress. So now I'm going to actually turn the coolant on and run coolant with this just to help protect the tool. I wasn't running coolant before just because I wanted to be able to see what was going on, and looks like we're finally actually doing pretty good on cleanup. So I'll turn the coolant on and we'll keep on cutting. Alright, I think we got her. No slop. It's a nice thread. So we had to clean that up quite a ways. The other shop definitely did not get that deep enough for these nuts. And like I said before, once you get over about 1 inch, there seems to be no consistency in these big nuts. And the bigger they get, the less consistent they are. So we find all kinds of problems threading to what the book says, or measuring over wires and stuff. We gotta set them with a nut. We gotta find the actual fit based on the nut the customer is going to use. I mean, a lot of the times we get into these bigger ones and they're always from China or something, so there's no good quality control there. But that's a nice fit. So we'll go ahead and flip this around and get it ready to do the other end. Alright, so I shifted into a higher gear. I'm going to face it and then center drill it. And then we'll slide her down and start threading. Actually, let me shift the feed. And I'm going to use a little bit bigger center drill than they did, just because I want a little more engagement on something this big. You know, it's not necessary, but I do like a little bigger engagement, and it's not going to hurt anything. Go ahead and turn our coolant on. That's big enough center. So I apologize for the bad angle while I finish setting that all up. We're going 12 inches. So I'm just going to use my tape measure here, and we'll get her close. And I'm going to scribe a line at roughly 12 inches. And we can be more than 12, but we don't really want to be under. So that's what the customer specified. Everything's looking good. I'm going to put a chamfer with my threading tool right on the end here. Come in and touch off and see where we are. All right. On my first pass, I'm going to take 40 thousandths deep. I'm going to go ahead and turn the coolant on, and we'll let her buck. Now these first few passes I'm just going to do with the cross slide and not the compound, just to get it started. I'm going to take another 30 on this one. Yeah, that's looking good. Well, that's cutting really nice. We're just going to keep on cutting on it until we're close, and then once we get to a point where we can actually see what we're doing with a test nut, we'll test it and slowly fit it until we're right where we need to be. So we've gone in quite a ways, but we got quite a bit more to go. So I'll just keep whittling away at it, but it's coming out really nice. The insert's holding up rather well, so we're doing good. So we're getting closer. We've got, it'll just start now, so we got a ways to go yet, but it's coming along. We got to be getting real close here. Still got a ways to go, I guess. That's the hard part with these big threads, is knowing where you are and how far you got to go. But yeah, it looks like we got a little bit more. All right, just a few more passes there, and there we go. That's a nice fit. got a little crap on it. I'll have to clean that off and try to fit it the rest of the way, but I think that we're gonna be good right there. Well, there it is. One end we chased the thread and cleaned up the thread somebody else had done, and this end I had cut all new thread in for a 3-inch 4 bolt or nut, and it fits on there nicely now. So now I have a baseline of where I need to be for each cut for the depth, total depth, and so the next ones will go a little bit better. This does take a little bit of time because it is such a big coarse thread, and it does take a lot of horsepower. This is a 15-horse machine, and I could hear it. It was starting to pull a little bit. So you're taking a heck of a cut. So with that, I've got 14 more of these to cut. Until next time, get out in your shops and get it done right the first time.